Okay, today I'm going to be making a Texas sheet cake on my 1918 Detroit Jewel gas range. This cake will be for my grandma Nana's birthday. Let's get started. So just to clarify, we are at my dad's house right now. This is not my apartment. A lot of people say, I didn't realize you got a new stove because they haven't seen the video where I got this range. Anyway, this is at my dad's house. The magnifying transmitter used to sit right there. The new one is being built right over there. The haunted house also used to be right behind that greenhouse, the tree house. Anyway, and the well is on the other side of that greenhouse. So that is where we are. I guess first things first, let's go ahead and preheat the range. Well, the oven in particular. We'll go ahead and turn on the back burner too. Any day now, it'll light. Come on. Come on, light, back burner. It'll light better when I close this. There it went. A lot of people are afraid of natural gas, but they don't realize it has to be very concentrated in a room to cause real problems and explosions. Okay, the range, or the oven on the range, is preheating. Also, there's condensation here. Go ahead and clean that. So, people will ask, do I have a carbon monoxide detector here? And I do, but the thing is, when the gas burns with a blue flame, as such, that means it is complete combustion and there is no CO, or carbon monoxide, being emitted. Some people say, oh, it emits carbon dioxide. No, it doesn't. It's carbon monoxide because the flame takes away a bond of oxygen and adds carbon, resulting in carbon monoxide. Anyway, there that is. But with a blue flame like that, there is no carbon monoxide produced. It will produce moisture, however, hence why that got cloudy. But that moisture it produces makes the cake very moist. So, that works in my favor. While the range preheats, I'm going to go outside and get a cup of well water so I can make this cake with this well water. The reason I'm doing so is because that water tastes better. To me, normal bottled water or tap water tastes like metallic or like burnt plastic. A lot of people think water doesn't have a taste. I know it does because I can taste it. Anyway, and I prefer spring water or well water because it tastes better. Anyway, so let's go get that well water. I guess I'm going to put the well water in this. Okay, let's go get this water. So if you've kept up with my videos, you will know that this is going to be the site for the new magnifying transmitter that will be 12 feet in diameter. And this is the well that me and my dad and his workers dug. It is 15 feet deep and we hit groundwater at 13 feet 2 inches. Okay, let me get the bucket and then open the thing on the top. So the reason I use these metal galvanized barrels to line the well is because this is a perfect ground connection for the new magnifying transmitter. It's a giant ground rod and it's low impedance. Let's get this water. Come on. I need to put a weight in this bucket. Any day now, this will sink. There we go. Okay, the bucket has hit the bottom. You can see it at the bottom of the well. That water is very clear. Okay, let's go ahead and reel this back up one-handed. This is going to be difficult. Doing this one-handed. Try to fall back in. Oh, it's still trying to fall back in. Oh my God. I'm going to drop it. Okay. There. Got it. Okay, let's put this over here, and we will get our cup of water. I need to mortar these bricks. That's on the to-do list. Okay, let's get our water. Okay, here's our well water. You can hear the gas hissing away in there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the back burner because the stove or the oven is preheated now. And we want to bake this cake at a moderate oven, which is about 350. Okay, let's go ahead and start on the cake. Where is my lighter? There it is. Okay, first we're going to melt a cup of butter. So that's 2 sticks of butter. You get a saucepan. Somewhere over here. There it is. This is a giant saucepan. Let's get a smaller one. Okay, this one should be ideal. Okay, now we're going to melt that butter. We'll use this burner. This thing gets hot really fast. So I'll leave this off of the heat so you can see how fast this butter is going to start melting. So here's 1 stick of butter. That's a half a cup. Then we're going to put 2 sticks of butter, and that would be a whole cup. Somebody tried to tell me that 1 stick of butter is a fourth a cup. That is not the case. Look right there. It says it's half a cup. See? I don't know what math they were doing, but it wasn't the right kind. Okay. Our butter is starting to melt. And of course, I do not have a wooden spoon. Just use this random silver fork. Our butter is melting very fast. Let me show y'all. It's already starting to try to boil. So I better start stirring this so it doesn't taste burn. Oh my gosh, I better do that fast. Okay. Get my fork. Oh, you're not going to burn today. If you're wondering why the butter is different colors, one of the butters is Kerrygold butter and one is some unknown brand that was in my dad's fridge. So, there's that. In the fridge next to me, behind me, is a Serval natural gas-powered refrigerator from 1936. There's a flame in there, and the flame boils the refrigerant, which makes it cycle. The refrigerant is a mixture of hydrogen, ammonia, and water. So if you think my tear gas refrigerator is scary, imagine a refrigerator filled with hydrogen and a flame in it. But it works just fine, and I don't foresee any problems with it. So anyway, but yeah, this stove right here, or this range that I'm cooking on, is from 1918, and I bought it for $175 at an antique or a old home, like a salvage place in Fort Worth called the Old Home Supply. If y'all watched the video, when I installed it, y'all will see where I got it. This butter is melted and it is boiling. Look at this. This thing works very well. Okay, I've turned down the flame just a tiny bit. Now we're going to add a cup of our well water into this. Just a little bit more, because that wasn't quite a cup. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. Where is my spoon? I need my spoon for this. I have hidden the spoon for myself. Okay, well, I'm going to go find that spoon. Okay, I had to get another spoon because I couldn't find my other one. Now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder into this. This is the voice of God. Just kidding. It's me. I just now noticed I'm matching my fridge and my range. Now we'll put this back on the heat. I guess we'll turn it up. Let's boil it. That was a voiceover, by the way. So this the stove top gets so hot that if I put my hand way up here out of camera, almost to the ceiling, I can still feel the heat and it burns even up there. So it's like a concentrated heat. Okay, we'll let that kind of warm up. Oh yeah, it's already about to boil. Okay, well that'll boil momentarily. Let's start in on the next part of the cake. And I just cut the camera off, but it's already boiling. See, there it goes. The rest of it, up. Nice try. Yeah, that gets really hot really fast. Now we're going to start making the main part of the cake. I will need 2 cups of flour. I'm going to use cake flour. And forgive me, but I do not have a flour sifter, so this cake isn't going to be my best work. But we need 2 cups of this cake flour. Okay, here's 1 cup. That was kind of a heaping cup, so we'll add a little bit less next time. And here's the 2nd cup. I actually didn't do too bad making a mess with this flour. Surprise! Now we must add 2 cups of sugar. Ooh, call the police. Sugar. Yummy. Now we must add a teaspoon of baking soda to this. Now we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt to this, and you know me, I must throw my salt in the devil's eye. Okay, and that makes up all of our dry ingredients. We'll set this to the side. Now we're going to combine our eggs with about half a cup of sour cream and some other stuff. So now we're going to have to get into the gas fridge. Let me show you the flame in the gas fridge. This is a natural gas line. Let me just drop this door off of here. I need to put screws in this. I keep forgetting. There's the flame right there. This is how you turn up the temperature or turn down the temperature. You can see that line right there. I need to fix that. It is a mechanical temperature adjuster right there. It connects in there, but I need to fix that. And it is so cold in this fridge that this pan of water under the icebox is frozen. And it even froze this a little bit. Let me pour water. See? Even froze this a little bit. So I need to turn this down. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay, like right there. I can literally see my breath right here just with the fridge open. I think about right there should be okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get our eggs and our sour cream. We need 2 eggs. Just gonna put these over here. And our sour cream. This fridge was empty, so I just put those in here. I had to run to the store to get these ingredients. Okay, now we're going to mix 2 large eggs with half a cup of sour cream. There's 1 egg. There is the 2nd egg. Now we're going to add half a cup of sour cream. Here's my measuring cup. Whatever, I can't find it. I'm not going to use it then. This sour cream better open. We'll just use half of this. This is 16 ounces. And, well, we'll use a 1/4 of this. Because a cup is 8 ounces, so half a cup would be 4 ounces. That should work. Okay. Here's that. Now we're going to add some vanilla extract to this. I wish I had my Watkins vanilla extract. This is Mexican vanilla, but I find Watkins vanilla extract to be better. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, we're not even going to add any more. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix this. Oh, let me just spill that everywhere really quick. Now we're going to reheat this chocolate stuff. that's over here. I'll just light the burner that's under these. You will light. Thank you. Okay. Now, reheat that. It's gonna get hot really fast. So I gotta keep my eye on it. Okay. Once that gets hot, which it's already boiling. Okay, that was fast. Well, do I need to stir it or do I not need to stir it? Let's stir it a little so it doesn't burn. Okay, once that starts boiling, I'm going to add that to the sour cream and the egg mixture and the vanilla mixture. And then we'll pour everything into our sugar and flour mixture. That is on the verge of boiling. Okay, the edges are boiling. Okay, now the whole thing's starting to boil. Okay, we're coming to a rolling boil. How many of y'all's ranges can boil things that fast? Probably none of y'all, unless y'all have an induction cooktop, which will break in like 5 years. But this thing is from 1918, so it's 108, 107 years old. This thing is already at a rolling boil. Let me turn it off. Oh, now it's about to roll and boil over. Okay, but there that is. Let's turn off this burner. Now we're going to add this to our egg and sour cream mixture. There's that. Now we'll put this with the flour after I mix it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's mix this. And then we'll quickly add it in here so the eggs don't start cooking. Okay, now we're going to stir this. I should have used a bigger cup, a bigger bowl. But let's go ahead and mix this. Okay, now what we're going to do is grease and flour this little baking dish to bake the cake in. I have here lard. And then after I rub this lard on there, I will flour it with the cake flour. And then we will pour the batter in here and stick it in the oven. So, for those of y'all that don't know, lard is just pig fat. When you cook bacon, the grease is actually lard. It's just not neutral, so it has the flavor of bacon. That's why you can put bacon grease in corn and everything. It makes it taste better. It's actually lard. Okay, that should work. Now we're going to pour in the cake batter. I'm going to scoop it out of here. And now we'll cook this till it's done. I'll just go ahead and get this in my hand. It is hot in there. Woo. Okay. Okay, the cake is in there cooking, and notice I only have the front burner on. The back burner is off. Also, if you wanted to broil food, this is where you would do it down here. Broiling your food is where the flame cooks it from above, not below. So you'd stick something down there, and that would broil your food. So this is the broiler, and this is the oven. Okay, I put the cake in at 112. It is now 123, and it is getting to be done. I'll go ahead and start making the frosting for it. Okay, now we'll make the frosting. So let's go ahead and start with, I hope this is big enough. This should be big enough, but if it's not, I'll be switching pots of hands. So we're going to start with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Usually people use milk, but I like heavy whipping cream because it tastes sweeter. Because it has more fat in it. Okay, so we're going to use about a cup of milk. Or a cup of heavy whipping cream, excuse me. Okay, that's about a cup. Now we need 5 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to use all-purpose flour, not cake flour for this. And I also must find my spoon. Where the heck did I put my spoon? Gotta go find my spoon. Okay, I found my spoon. Let's go ahead and add 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I guess we kind of need to turn on this burner. This is going to make like a gravy base, basically. It's like a sweet gravy frosting, except there's no oil in it. Why is this not lighting? Okay. This is going to get it done fast. Okay, that was 1 tablespoon. I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need a cup of granulated sugar. I like this recipe because it uses granulated sugar, not confectionery sugar or powdered sugar. I can't stand confectionery sugar. It's too sweet and it makes my teeth hurt when I'm frosting icing with that. It's God again. Just kidding. Anyway, but confectionery sugar gives me a headache when I eat it. I also am going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder because I want this to have a chocolate flavor. I'm purely making up this recipe, by the way. This frosting recipe. And if y'all would like to try it, let me know how y'all like this cake. I have listed all the ingredients as I've been making this, so if you take note of that, you can make a grocery list and write down the recipe yourself and try this. And let me know in the comments, because I'll be looking for those comments and the people that are willing to try it. I would like to know what y'all think. Anyway, okay, that's going. We're going to go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 2, 3, that was heaping. Anytime you use flour in something, it thickens up that thing that you're using it in. So if you make creamed corn, for example, you can add a bit of flour and it makes like a gravy so your seasonings will stick. That's what flour can be used for. That's what it's good for, to make seasonings stick to things if they're in liquid. Okay, I'm going to move this over so it doesn't burn. Stir that a bit more. Now we're going to add some vanilla extract to this as soon as I find my vanilla. There it is. Just a tiny bit of vanilla. Oh, that was a lot. Okay. Okay, we've added the vanilla. Now we're going to add a whole cup of butter to this. That would be 2 sticks of butter. We're going crazy on the butter with this. But the butter helps it to like congeal, if you will. Where is my other? Okay, here's another stick of butter back behind my phone. Okay, I believe the cake is done too, so we gotta check that pretty fast. Oh yes, our cake is done. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Okay, we're turning off the oven. The oven is now off. Let's go ahead and take out our cake. Where am I gonna put this cake and what am I gonna hold it with? These are important questions. I need a cooking bit. And this is starting to burn. Okay, let's move this over. We might as well put this on the simmer burner so we can forget about it for a minute. Let's go ahead and put it on this simmer burner. Lighter. You stupid. Okay, the spark will be enough to ignite this. Or will it? You better light. How is this spark not igniting this? This lighter is stupid. Oh, well, I think it just died. Come on, one more time for me, please. Give me a light this time. Lighter. Okay, I gotta get a new lighter. Okay, I'm back with another lighter and something to take this cake out of the oven with so I don't burn my hands off. Put these down here. This will go in this fridge. Okay, let's get this cake. Ow, that's hot. Okay, yeah, that's hot. Okay, now let's go ahead and check the cake with something. Is this fork will work? It is done. Came out clean. So this, ooh, and it's nice and moist too. Yes, perfect cake. Look how moist the top of this cake is. There it is. There are bits of flour from where I floured the pan, everything. But look, I'll stab it. Comes out clean. It is good. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead and make our frosting. I guess it would help to kind of light the burner so I could make the frosting. We'll use this burner since it's a little bit smaller, but it's small, but it's still good. We already were using that burner. I don't know why. I just acted like this was the first time I was using it. Okay, this is almost done. Okay, that should be done. It's still boiling. You can hear it boil. You can see it boil. Oh no, you can't. Ow, this is hot. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Okay, this is still boiling. Okay, I need something to grip this with. Okay, let's go ahead and frost the cake. Let's just stir this a bit more so the butter will mix in better. That is the chocolate cake. You can hear it boiling and everything. You can see it boiling too.